Here we are with Ruca. We went through spells of super awesome and super naughty this morning. He has a really hard time with shoes. It is something we've been working on. And we have a bazillion kids, and so their shoes are right there. And then he has a hard time with food on the floor, which, let me show you, all this delicious food that has fallen from breakfast. So Ruca is struggling. You can see he is a very vocal and very sassy. That is going to be his personality for forever. It can get better over time, but it's just like people. Some people like to talk, and some people are full of it. And that is Ruca, it's cute and can be hard, especially if you're working from home. But the trick is to work with it, to work through it, and to help him overcome it and help him know when is appropriate, when is not appropriate. So he did really well when everyone's just sitting here and not swinging their feet and eating breakfast. As soon as the feet start to swing or if people start to shovel past him, he becomes a little bit reactive. And so we just work with, just like when he was getting all smart with me, we use that distance pressure and we correct it to help him go into that calm, cool, and collected state. And now you can see he's finally like, okay, I can do this. No one's in here anymore. That doesn't mean that we take away all distraction. I want to make sure I am swinging those feet and have that food on the floor and have the kids scream and yell and run and change the energy when I'm able to work with it. Because eventually he's going to have to be able to do it in the middle of a Christmas party, right? Anytime. He's got to be able to control himself and not be so vocal and not be so jumping off his bed and reactive. So in order for him to be able to overcome these struggles, we have to work on them. So we work on them when we have the patience and ability to work on them. So we know that it's going to be a struggle, especially in the morning. Late afternoon, he takes a good nap, and so he's pretty good then. But we start in the morning. We get a lot of free play because that really helps him. We go for a really good walk, and then we go to this bed. And I know that I'm just going to have to be on him for the first little bit. And so we're just on it and on it and on it. And then we work through all the struggles, and so that he's learned lots. And then about that time is when all the kids start to head out to school, and now we take our decompress time where he really just feels it here. But then we start to add in distractions because I have time right now, right? I don't want to wait until I have company over and I'm trying to figure out how to control Ruca. Coming, just a second. I want to go ahead and have those distractions now. I love to have my Echo play sounds that drive dogs crazy. Or you can Google it on YouTube. That's just where I pull it off of. And I play that, and it's whistling and barking and cows and bells. And we just want him to learn to stay calm, cool, and collected no matter what is happening. No matter if the feet shuffle or a shoe flies across the room or whatever it is. I need him to learn to say shh on his bed, shh, and be calm, cool, and collected. That was a good one. Shh. That's all the shoes I have. I'll have to collect them and do it again. So we're just going to keep working with it. We're going to notice these things. I'm going to keep flinging my shoes across. And then we're going to give loves when he's doing good. Yeah, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. Good boy. And we're going to keep practicing. So just like I mentioned on the walk, shortcomings. He hates that. You shuffle your feet. Shortcomings aren't necessarily a bad thing. They're an opportunity to help teach Ruca so he can learn and grow and be awesome at that thing. So noticing the food, which he's very attentive on again, noticing the shoes, being aware that he can be sassy, so making sure you set up time to work with him before you jump on your work meeting. Now would be a great time for me to do a work meeting because he's just going to lay there for the next little bit because we've worked him physically, mentally on the walk, now mentally on the bed, and now he's ready just to, all right, good. As soon as he's done on the bed, we would do like a 2-minute quick potty break and then put him in his suite, and he'd be in there again for maybe an hour, depending on what your work meeting schedule would be again. But he'll be on this for about an hour before, so then we can hang out. It just depends on how much water and food he eats this morning as to how soon he has to go out. It kind of differs depending on how hungry and thirsty he is that day. Anyway, so you just want to be prepared for working with him before you actually want him to perform, right? If you don't practice, you can't perform. So you want to make sure you're practicing when you have the time and ability as much as possible. So when it comes game time, he is ready to perform.